Yo, yo. How's it going, everybody? Happy week 1 of the NFL season. I know I act like I don't care, but it's a good day. I mean, it's a good day. I'm a 40-year-old guy. Like, I don't know many guys my age that aren't just stoked for this NFL season. Goff with no Ben Johnson. Boy, yeah. Yes, that hurts. That hurts. Michigan getting pumped yesterday, too. No good. They're bad. Not a good football team. Oh, Center Alcaraz is today, too. Yeah. Buckshot pellet. You think Lions still win today, Drake? Okay. I hope so. That'd be great. Man, the attendance is down big time. The NFL, man. Once the NFL starts, man, just a pre-race poll, just sadly. All right. Well, NFL plays. I'm still waiting on those. Someone messaged me those. I will pass along as soon as I get the my guy. I obviously can't give out Todd stuff, but I have another guy that I certainly can. All right. Well, hey, let's get into it. Oof. The 9 a.m. beer. Happy race day, everybody. Cheers. Taking a pull. Yeah. Morning, Jacob. Are you watching me at the Circus Sportsbook? I heard that they put me on the big screen up there. Will there be a pass for the lead on track? Not outside of 5 green flag laps. Like once this thing gets strung out for 5 laps, I don't see a pass for the lead. So, yeah. Wow, Nate's just a NASCAR only fan. Oh, Jacob's across the street eating breakfast. Okay, well, F1 had 2 passes for the lead today. All right, well, let's just get this thing going. We all agree that there's probably 15 to 20 cars that if they get out front will be impossible to pass for the lead. My son's about to join us here. Oh, mom to the rescue. So, like the top 15 cars won't get past for the lead. I don't expect. I do think that there were some cars that were better in the long run. Okay, but if you need to sacrifice short run speed for long run speed, that's not a winning strategy today, in my opinion. I don't think. Now I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I think that if you're giving up, like, short run speed is almost more important. If you look at last week, Chase Briscoe did not have the best long run car. Did he dominate? Yes, but it was because he was so good on this short run, and it's so hard to pass, even at a place like Darlington where there is a lot of fall off. He was able to get out front, manage his stuff, and it was impossible to pass. I think if someone does the same thing today, even if they fall off in the long run, it's just they can take away the line of the faster car behind them, and it'll be impossible to pass. There's 3 Ty Dillon matchups today. Okay, let's get going. Come on, we've digressed, but man, beer tastes well. This is a cider, but man, it tastes real good this morning. Denny Hamlin did look very average in practice in the mid of the run, but as we got into 38, 39 laps, old Denny was pretty solid. But he's going to be out front. Denny is going to be very hard to pass. Denny's going to have to beat Denny in order for this to take himself out of the race. I do not see a world where Denny's just not a part of this race today. So, yeah, definitely fast enough to win, right? Fast enough to win. Fast enough to win. Kyle Larson. Yeah, I mean, Larson looked pretty good. Pitted early because they didn't feel like they were great, and they got it a little better. I think Larson's going to be there all day too, you know? Yeah, there was some 12 at Superbook. Wow. Yeah, Larson, this is the best Larson's looked in a while. He's going to be there all day. Is he going to be fast enough to win? Yes. Is he going to drive up there and just take it from Denny? I don't know. I doubt that. No, Jason has no confidence in the 5. I agree, but I'll say this, practice times look good. On the same token, last week, Chase Briscoe looked terrible in practice. Terrible. Arguably like a 30th place car in practice, and he won. So I know that I put a lot of emphasis on practice because that's just how I've always done it. But clean air is so good. You make the right adjustments in clean air. You stay in clean air. You can win. Yeah. I don't really look like he was going to struggle in the long run. His late laps were pretty good. If anything, I just don't think. Here's where I think Larson will struggle is in traffic. If you have a poor handling race car in traffic, I think that's where you'll struggle. Chase Briscoe, pretty good in the long run, but again, only ran 5 laps, had to pit, and then, made some changes and got it better in the long run. Chase is one of those guys where as long as he qualifies well, he's going to be around. Wormy, do we underestimate the big team's ability to make changes to their car between practice and the race? Briscoe maybe that's what it is. Or maybe this car, a small change is all you need. Yeah. Briscoe's either a fade or competes for the win. I agree. And I think he'll be around all day. I just hate his prices. Ross Chastain. Ross looked okay. His lap times got spotty towards the latter part of the run, but that couldn't be that could be just traffic. Traffic was a big issue yesterday. Yeah, you can't touch the car between qualifying and green flag, but you can touch it from practice to qualifying. And I think, that's where the change was made for Briscoe last week. Yeah, if Briscoe ever comes out 6, you never hear from him last week. I agree. Big Ross, yes, weird. We agree. Here's why I like Chastain. You got to get it on restarts. If you look at William Swalwich yesterday, I thought his car was a 7th or 8th place car, and he finished 2nd because he was fast on pit road and he was aggressive on restarts. If you do those things, you can run well and you can have a good finish. Well, I wouldn't say you'd run well. You can have a good finish. So if Ross Chastain can do those things, got a little bit of confidence, I think. And I think that Ross, if you get aggressive on restart, I think Ross is fast enough to not get passed. So I like Ross. I think some of these outright prices are really long just because you have such short prices on the 12, 11, 5, 20, and 24. So yeah. Yeah, number's still a little long. Yeah, I think Ross is a sleeper today. All right. Ryan Blaney. Blaney looked good. I mean, what do you want me to say? Ryan Blaney's going to be good today. You just never know what you're going to get with him. He was good. Short run, middle of the run. I think there was some traffic, and then late in the run, he was good. What's up, loser? Easy, Brian. I know you're not talking to me. William Byron. Well, William Byron was really good. I thought William Byron was really good. I saw some stuff out of him that makes me think that maybe the best car. I did play a little bit of William Byron. 10-1. Just small, like low limits, but 10-1 was too good for me to pass up. So, I mean, I'm mainly live betting this race. I thought Byron was very average last week. But this is one of those scenarios where this 6 seems deep in the field for Byron to start. Brian's mad at me. Yeah, I think that this is kind of deep for William Byron to start and win a race. I don't know if Highline betting's on here. What's the deepest that Byron started on an oval and won? Or like a non-plate track? Because 6 seems like almost an insurmountable task for this 24 car, which is crazy. But 10-1, he's not a 10-1 car. He's definitely a better car than that. Tyler Reddick, he made 2 adjustments. You know, you come in twice in pit. I think you're going to struggle, or that says to me you're going to struggle a little bit in at least they struggle in practice. Now, if they got it right, he did run some fast lap times, but he also pitted twice. So he's going to have cooler tires, less laps on his tires. So that's the explanation for why his late laps were so much better than everyone else. You know, at 20-1 though. Yeah, he's faster the second one. Yeah. I am not. The 20-1's a decent outright price, but you just have Denny, Larson, Chase, Blaney, Byron starting in the top 6. Like, good luck. Good luck. That being said, Chris Bell, after his 1 adjustment, was very strong in the long run. Very strong. Very strong in the long run. That was the other guy that I played at, 770 plus 775. Those are the only 2 outrights I have. Very small. I'm still so small I don't even have a unit combined between the 2 of them. So almost not close. So there's Nigel. I think Chris Bell's going to be really good. Here's the thing. Last year, he did not look that good in practice. He did not look that good in practice, and he looked better this year in practice. Does that mean he's going to have the type of race car he had last year? No, that's not what it means. We saw the 20 be way more dominant last year in this car than we have this year, for sure. Yeah. Saying this is, you're right. Pretty close on lap times here. Bell didn't look great in practice at Phoenix either. True. I would agree. Let's see. Where are we at? Austin Cindric. Where are you, Cindric? This was actually a shockingly bad practice. Shockingly bad practice for the Cindric car. I do think that they're happy with the qualifying. Go out there, let's not make mistakes, and let's see if we can move on. I thought he was going to look much better. He looked better last year, qualified better, and then obviously won this race in a shockingly lucky scenario. But if you're looking at practice, which is what I do, I think he'll hold this track position. If he ever loses it, he's not going to get it back. He is one of those guys where if he keeps the track position, he'll be solid all day, probably have a great average running position, and probably a great average finish. But if he ever loses track position, that's going to be hard to get back for this 2 car. And I think that's but again, out front, if this car gets to the lead somehow, I don't know how, whether it's strategy or a lucky caution, whatever. I don't think anyone's passing the 2. But if he ever loses track position, it's going to be really hard. So that's what I think. Zane Smith. Zane was pretty good. I thought that he was very solid in the short, and then he made an adjustment. I think they got it a little better, but I do not. Again, if Zane loses track position, he's not driving back up there. So if you have some maybe pre-practice and qualifying top 5, top 10, I mean, I don't think you run anywhere top 5. If you have some If you have top 10, then maybe that's okay. I still don't think he finishes in the top 10, but we'll go over that in a second. Chris Buescher. Let's see. Buescher, where are you at here? Chris Buescher looked terrible in practice. Looked terrible in practice. Made 2 adjustments. Was never good. However, his teammates look good. Josh Berry, not good from Josh Berry in practice. I thought this was a really good qualifying. There was no short run speed. There was no long run speed. He looks a lot like he did at Vegas. Terrible, and won the race. Now, this is a perfect example of, I don't know if it's cognitive dissonance or what it would be. Look in the comments and tell me who has Zane Smith top 10. Let's see if we can guess. Just go ahead and look. You tell me who has Zane Smith in bets. Yeah, so gosh, Josh Berry looked about as bad as you could look, very much like Vegas. So I don't know. I would say fade him. I would say fade him. I would say fade him. But I haven't. Yeah, but beating the market in NASCAR doesn't mean much anymore. It used to mean something. Beating the market just means that someone that, yeah, I don't know. Beating the market's overrated. I mean, it's important, but especially when you're talking about market entry. Back when 5 Dimes was around, it was great because they'd move the lines instantly, and then you'd be able to get everybody. You know, it was awesome. Joey Logano, actually a good qualifying for a car that was pretty bad on the short run, but he was so bad on the short run, he had to be good on the long run. Logano, I'll just say this, and then you can just cut this from and then just whenever we come to Logano, I'm just going to skip him, and then you just refer to this part. I don't care how Joey Logano looks in practice. Well, let me take that back. If Joey Logano looks bad in practice, he's going to be fine. He's probably a good top 5 bet. I don't care how Joey Logano looks in practice. The guy just figures out a way to get it, moving it forward. He looks bad on the short run and good on the long run. Joey Logano will probably work his way up there, and I don't know. I mean, if he looks great in practice, man, I would hammer Logano. He just has not looked good in practice. He hasn't looked average in practice. He just looked bad. So the fact he showed a little bit of long run speed, I don't think long run speed matters, so I'm not going to go pound Logano across the board, but a pretty good showing out of the 22 to qualify as well as they did based on how they were in the short run practice. Bubba Wallace, very solid. I thought Bubba was pretty good. Kind of across the board here. Let me try to find him here. My eyes are okay. So he did pit. Where I have question marks with Bubba is inconsistent laps late. In practice, he was kind of jumping around the stopwatch. That to me says he has an edgy car or he was in traffic. I'm not quite sure. If someone knows in the comments, this is why we do this. Did Bubba have clean air after he came out? If he did, I think that car's edgy. It could struggle in traffic. But if he was in traffic, then his lap times completely make sense to me. Okay, Jacob has Jacob has some Bubba Wallace, so he's listened to him in practice, and he was so. May have been running a different line. You think he had clean air? We don't like to. I only like to talk about what we know for a fact. H, come on. Yeah, straight bets. That's a good point. Bubba checks off the "what have you done for me lately," but his history here is an F-. So What do you think? What matters more? We're going to find out today because he didn't qualify great. So a good car will move up a little bit. A bad car will probably stay there or move back. So we'll find out what matters more. Is it track history or is it just current form? Let's see. Austin Dillon. The worst car in practice. Austin Dillon looked worse than Cody Ware. Like, hang on. Let me see. Okay. I excluded laps over 34.2. I feel like that's kind of an externality. Like that's a anomaly lap. If you exclude that, on average, Cody Ware, he ran less laps, but is 0.4 a lap faster on average. Okay, so he can't be that bad. He cannot be that bad. Couldn't get the throttle down? No. Well, that clearly couldn't get the throttle down. Eric Jones. Where are you, Eric Jones? Why do I kind of like Eric today? He was not good in practice, okay? You look at his practice times, you're like, okay, not good. This seems like a track where Jones finds his way kind of up to the front and then not up to the front, in the top 10. I don't know. Based on practice, hate him. But for whatever reason, the 6-1 top 10 that's out there has me tempted because if you steal track position, yeah, maybe I got some recency bias. That's a good point. I have to look at practice times. He was not a top 10 car. Thank you, Boji. I fell in love with a number, and that's why I do this. Honestly, I know that everyone thinks I do this for other people, but I legit do this for me. I take back my optimistic outlook for Eric Jones, and the car chief for Eric Jones says they're a top 10 car. Yeah, I mean, have you ever heard a car chief tweet out, "We suck. We might go a lap down"? Oh, wow. Underdog Fantasy has Blaney at 9.5. Yeah, well, I think he's going to finish better than that. Yeah, I would agree. Jones, I don't remember what Jones looked like in practice, but Jones is a lot better at he was a lot better. He's just a lot better at Darlington. AJ Allmendinger. Let's see, ding piece. Where are you at? Where did Allmendinger go? Oh, not good for Dinger. Not a good day. SVG's a top 10 play. I don't know about that. Yeah, we're here for our wallet first. I agree. That's why we're here. I do agree that I'm guessing we're talking about a legacy. Their improvements have been massive. Let's see. Got to keep moving. SVG. All right. Let's talk about SVG and shifting and all that shit. Okay. SVG was so bad mid to early in the run that he had to be good late. Okay, like there was no there's no way you're that bad and like you can't, but he was strong late. I do not see SVG driving through the field. I don't see it. Yeah, I think that this line, he was probably in clean air when he was running these faster laps. And I don't think you do have to be good late. I think you could be good in the short run and just hang on to track position. Unless you're talking about late in the race. SVG Rex today, King says. Yeah, there were his first laps at the track. That's a good point. Yeah, top 25 car. I feel like he's better than a top 25 car. I would take under 25 for sure. Yeah, I would agree with Jacob. Long run doesn't seem like it really mattered, except for Richmond. Richmond, I felt like long run mattered. Richmond, it mattered. I don't think it'll matter as much here. He'll be fine. That's probably fair enough. If you like SVG, you have the justification from practice. You have a worm stamp of approval saying, "Hey, I agree." You could probably move a little bit on SVG in whatever way. He's not winning. He's not finishing the top 5, but go ahead and play him at some high odds. Maybe it is at that top 10 price. I don't think he does it, but there is a justification for the first time on an oval to maybe take a little bit. Chase Elliott. I mean, Chase was phenomenal in practice. His car came to him. I thought he looked really good in mid to late part of the run. I think he's going to be moving up. This is a decent outright price. We're seeing, 25-1 some places. You see that 25-1 on Chase in a good practice. You say, ooh, I really want to jump all over that. Let me remind you of who's starting in the top 6. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, and William Byron. Oh, just the top 8. Look at the top 8. Hamlin, Larson, Briscoe, Chastain, Blaney, Byron, Reddick, Bell. I mean, yeah, Chase Elliott looked great in practice. How in the hell are you going to pass those 8 drivers after working your way up to the field? He's got to steal track position at some point. Yeah. Denny minus 400. What are the odds on Denny to win the first stage? Yeah. Okay, let's keep moving here. John Hunter. Where is John Hunter? Oh, lots of fall off long run. Made an adjustment, got worse. Denny's 4-1 to win stage 1. Yeah, John Hunter's bad. Ty Gibbs. Well, Ty Gibbs looked good in practice. I mean, no one's shocked there. Denny 3-1 at Bet 365. Larson might get him for stage 1. Man, 45 laps. You just got to feel your car out. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. He won't be 3-1 for Bet 365 much longer. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Hang on. Yeah, I just, the thing with Denny is he wasn't that good in the middle of the run. Larson could get him. Elliott plus 330 top 10. Where in the hell is that? I mean, talk you off Gibbs over Bowman. Gibbs looks good every week in practice and never does anything. Gibbs has dominated Group A practice all year. If you wanted to bet on Ty Gibbs every week, you'd have justification after watching him kick the shit out of everybody in Group A and go, wow, he was way better than everyone else. And then he gets out there on the track and he just lays an egg week in and week out. Alex Bowman, on the other hand, gets way more out of his car than Ty Gibbs. Yeah, schedule. Yeah, Gibbs dead money for 3 years. Yep. Oh boy, H is now firing on everybody. Stage 1. You might as well just take everyone. I mean, Chase Briscoe. All right. Glad I talked to you off there. Yeah, Bowman's a fighter. I got a special spot in my heart for Alex Bowman. Oh man. Yeah, gosh. I just remember last year, I remember thinking it was going to be hard to pass, and Chris Bell got to the lead real fast. That's my only hesitation. But I also think 45 laps. I mean, come on. Anyway, Kyle Busch, bad in practice, good at the track, bad at practice. RCR, that blue collar team, really needs to get to work. Yeah, I don't know. Kyle Busch, not good. Brad Keselowski. Brad was probably the best. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. First or second best in Group A. Yeah. So I would say I like Brad long run. I think I was a good comp. I thought he was the best there. I don't know, though. I don't care. If Busch steals track position, it doesn't matter. I think he's losing spots. So I like Brad. I thought that the two RFK cars other than Buescher looked really good. Noah Gragson. Oh, poor Noah Gragson was the victim of Ty Gibbs. Man, my tweet kind of went crazy there. Not crazy, but I mean kind of crazy for me. Or Ty Gibbs said, Cup Series racing can't pass a shit box. Well, that shit box was Noah Gragson. So, and here's a crazy thing. All right, who's a better driver, Gragson or Ty Gibbs? Who is a better better driver, Gragson or Ty Gibbs? They both suck. They both suck for different reasons. That's like a funny thing to say to like a couple, like a new couple, like is to tell them that you think they both can do better. Like you meet this oh, I think you guys both could do better. I'll say this. I think on ovals, I think Noah's better. On road courses, clearly Ty is better. But I think they both could do better. Where are we at? Alex Bowman. I mean, he was solid on the long run, but here we are. Alex Bowman starting deep, realizing that he's got a little bit of an issue. He's got to get up there. And I think he's good on the long run, but is that going to matter? 45 laps? Man, we didn't see, I don't know. Yeah. I think Bowman will work his way through the field. I would not fade Bowman. Daniel Suarez. Someone said they liked him top 10. I can't remember who. He wasn't terrible, but I don't think he's getting anywhere close to the top 10. Love Hocevar today. Yeah, we'll get to Hocevar. We are at Hocevar. Carson was, fast at times in practice. If it's a hard place to pass, the most aggressive drivers in the sport are Hocevar and Hocevar, Ross, and Logano. Are they the most aggressive drivers? Can we say that? Like Logano, Ross, and Hocevar. Are they the most aggressive? I think if you can get spots on pit road and maybe have a little bit of speed long run and slowly pick them off, but you definitely have to get it on restarts. Definitely have to get it on restarts. Hocevar can do that. He's not afraid to put it, like, if they're running, like, if he needs to find another, Briscoe maybe too. Yeah. Austin Hill got them all. Okay, yeah, you might be right there. Okay, Austin Hill might have them all. But yeah, you could probably throw Briscoe out there too. Yeah, I would say that. Like, I would say he's a level right below, but I would agree. Yeah, Hocevar is starting so deep. He could move up, right? I am less concerned with Hocevar moving up than I am with, like, William Byron. Can he even do that? Blaney not too far off. Blaney can get soft on restarts, though. Michael McDowell's up there, I would say, is aggressive driver for sure. The 3 spotter is the most wreck him. Michael McDowell's up there, but don't think he's going to be good. Yeah, Brian, I do think I kind of agree, but then you look at Martinsville and he was aggressive as hell. Probably cost him the championship last year because Larson said, not letting you pass me at Phoenix. Michael McDowell, let's see. Where are we at with this guy? Michael McDowell made some adjustments, got it better. Don't see him moving up. No thanks. Cole Custer. Let's see. Cole. Lots of fall off. Cole Custer. I do not think he's going to be strong. Justin Haley. There's been a little Justin Haley love based on how he performed last week for whatever reason, but that's not going to transfer. Can you play Blaney, Logano, and Cindric in one unit for Ford? No, I don't think. No, my favorite top Ford is Ryan Preece. I think Ryan Preece. I love Ryan Preece today. So good in the long run. I think if this 60 ever gets track position, ain't nobody passing him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I love it top 10. Here's the thing. If he stays in the lead lap, which I think he will with 45 laps, I don't think he's going to lap down. I think Ryan Preece is going to be really good today. They love that car. He slipped in practice. He was the best car in the long run in Group A by a country mile. I mean, it was not close. I mean, this car was bad fast. Setup. Brian Murphy, I don't know if you're watching. A thing of beauty. However, slipped up in practice, starting 32nd. You are behind the 8 ball. I don't know how he gets to the lead. I don't think that's the case, but I think he's going to work his way up. I almost like Ryan Preece starting 32nd more than I like him starting on the pole, because when he's starting deep in the field, it's almost like, hey, let's just get up there and run top 5 or try to get to the top 10. When he's on the pole, it's like, we have to win. And then somehow he turns into, I think I said this before, he turns into, Chris Farley and Tommy Boy. Like, you can get a good look at a butcher's ass by sticking your head up it. Yeah, they like to experiment in the playoffs. Yeah, maybe Riley Herbst, Ricky Stenhouse, man, Ty Dillon, man, Cody Ware. Does anybody want me to talk about any of those guys? I've said that 3 weeks in a row. That's because I believe it. There's a thing about, so Hot Guy podcast, I'm going to teach you something about persuasion. Repetition is very persuasive. Repetition is very persuasive. Number one, you need attention. Number two, you need to repeat yourself. Your persuasion lesson of the day. What am I playing Priest at? I have not played him anything, but I am probably going to nibble top 4 at that 25-1 price. Top 10 plus 390 at FanDuel. Here's the thing. I think that I like that plus 390. If I thought that if I knew he wasn't going to get lapped, which I don't think he will. My only concern is 45 laps enough for is that enough? Is that enough to, like, for the long run to come in? Priest plus 260 versus 77, 54, 43. I think he's better. I think he's better than those cars. But I think one of those 3 could be like an outlier and run well. I think that's the problem. Will a leader be able to pass lap cars? That's a great question, Ross. I don't think that's just a foregone conclusion. Yeah, H, but don't you have something on Hocevar? I love it when in the chat. So I don't think people on X can see YouTube comments, and I don't think YouTube comments can see X comments. Am I right about that? I think I'm right about that. It's just funny to see. Okay, so you guys can't. It's funny to see because you can tell. Yeah. You can tell when you guys can't see comments because you. Oh, I love this. This is the best pre-race show. I don't care what anyone says. Connor says, which is thank God because H is annoying as hell. That's funny. Come on. That's funny. And you get that nowhere else. Nowhere else. Well, I mean, look, we're finishing Beard. Yeah, and I know everyone's biases. Everyone knows everyone's biases. Like, oh God. Oh man. King of Prussia, who I would consider a Twitter friend. Him and Matt Weaver had a little falling out. So that's why he keeps saying Matt Weaver sucks. Yeah, H, everyone's found you annoying at some point. Let's be honest. For one, you only talk about your bets. What's minus 135 now? Oh, Chastain over Cindric stage 1. Yeah. I just don't think there's going to be passing. But Matt Weaver does suck. I don't know. I've never met Matt. I don't know anything about him. I know that he had a very confusing post. He was called out for it. And then, Anyway, okay, yeah, top 10. Let's get to the top 10 here, folks. Come on. 15 minutes before kick. Oh, yeah, hang on. I got to find out what I'm betting. Hang on. Let's see. Ugh. Been the best follow for lawsuit stuff. Jets +3. Okay, who wins the Super Bowl? Lions. Okay. Top 10. Hamlin, Larson, Briscoe, Ross, Blaney, Byron, Reddick, Bell, Elliott, Priest. That's it. Yeah, maybe Joey. If you're gonna take someone out of the, I mean, maybe Joey. This is okay. So probably Joey over Priest. Probably Joey over Priest. But hey, everyone, calm down. I am going right until kickoff. All right, I'm going right till kickoff. I'm gonna stay for this whole damn show if it's the last thing I do. I'm not picking Larson to win. Who am I gonna pick to win? It won't be Priest either. Who am I gonna pick? Jacob, you can't say. I'm gonna miss the 10 a.m. polls. Hamlin to win, Bell, Briscoe, Byron, Blaney. Honestly, I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet. It's between two drivers. I'm just seeing if I have get my football bets I can give you. Yesterday, I had a decent day in college football. Please don't pick Bell. Blaney. Chastain. Probably not going to go Chastain. All the above. Come on. I was hoping I could give you guys some football bets. This guy's pretty good. I can't give you Todd stuff. I'm not going to do that. I mean, H asked if I bet football for fun or to turn a profit. I mean, yes, I bet. I mean, I'll have 1/10 of what I have on a NASCAR race on an NFL Sunday. I like to do it because if I watch a game, I want to have a couple $100 on it. I'm not gonna. I don't. Whatever. If it loses, I don't care. Like I want to care. And it's week 1. What do you mean? Like, oh boy, we have a lock of the day. Yeah, Ross has the winner. I'm not picking Briscoe. There's a B in there. All right. To me, this race comes down to, oh, hang on. I got a text. No bets. Unbelievable. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I will say that I think Bell wins. Yeah. Bell wins. So fade Bell, Troy says. What? Have I been that wrong this year? Bell just sped on pit road. I didn't pick Bell at Coda. I actually picked someone else I thought at Coda, but he was like my second best. Yeah. Troy, take a drink. I was all over Larson. Yeah, I was. I thought Larson was going to be great. Yeah, I was wrong. Did Bell have the best car at Iowa? I feel like the 6 had the best car. Yep, Bell at Michigan was terrible. Yep. Bell at Michigan was terrible. Yeah, you guys don't know how to ask the right question. The question is, who's my biggest winner and who's my biggest bet? Those are the questions that need to be asked. I have very little bets today. I have very small, tiny little guys. Ryan and Wormy. Okay, good. Thank you, Troy. You're now absolved of your chirps. Yeah, man, it's crazy how much the NFL affects the viewership here. Will I do a live in-race show again this year? Maybe like an interesting race. Like, is Martinsville the second to last race again this year? Maybe that would be a good one. Because I think that like the playoff implications change betting so much down the stretch, especially in these cutoff races. Take a playoffs live race. What the hell am I going to say? Oh, they're going around and around. They're going around and around. Bristol night race. They're just not passing at Bristol. Maybe Martinsville. Maybe Martinsville, because I do think that cutoff drivers and drivers that are in, and I mean, if it was live, it would have been nuts last year live. If you did Martinsville live last year. Better than Fox? Yeah, that's not saying much. Yeah, maybe Martinsville. Ooh, Bristol would get more viewers with no NFL competing. That's a good point. Sad there's not another Homestead, I know. I was really let down by what was everyone else let down by Darlington, the amount of passing last week? I just kind of thought meh. Oh, and did everyone see my tweet about the biggest difference between living in Canada and living in the States? This is nuts. Games start in 8 minutes, and the local bar doesn't open for an hour and 8 minutes. Yeah, the car stinks. Yeah, I was disappointed too. Heading to Bristol, Steven. That's awesome. Send pics. I don't know. I've never been to Bristol. Kansas live show might be a good one. All right, so we got the top 10. My pick to win is Bell. I do think that Reddick was the best car last week in the long run. Man, Reddick that was such a bad effort to pass. Like, he needed to wait. The other guy was right. Live show has to be when there's no NFL. Yeah, you're probably right. All right. Go Chris Bell, go William Byron. Those are the only two bets I've made before for the race. I don't plan on having anything else other than live. We'll figure that out. I do like the car that's full of fuel that does not need to pit, that's leading. You know, whoever is on that strategy. So, all right, go see Bell. You know, I think Byron's going to be strong though. But hey, Hamlin, Larson, this is a tough one. I mean, when I say I have these two guys, I mean very small, like small. Don't care. Yeah, the 20 not blowing up, but we'll know pretty quickly, I think, here. All right, go watch your NFL. Go Lions. Go Bell. Go Byron. Go Priest.